the devil, born already ruined, stone cold dead as I stepped out of the womb. By His grace I have been touched, by His word I have been healed, by His hand.
Hi, rosettegarbanz here. I just got home from church and I thought I'd do my video to enter Living My Best Life contest before I get comfortable and lazy. So just good morning. I hope you all had a wonderful, blessed Christmas and Happy New Year. Wish you the best this year. One of the rules for Yvette's contest was that her contestants be over 18, and Yvette, you're just going to have to take my word on this. I am over 18. And one of the first questions you says, how did I start watching your videos? How did I come across your videos? And you know, it was very hit and miss when I first started YouTube. I'd write in God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit and church. And one of the first ladies I ran into was Miss Tiana, and she also did a little channel called Jesus TV 101, which she hasn't made a video in a long time, Tiana, and I missed you. Anyway, I watched hers, and so I just thought, I wonder who she subscribes to. So I checked out her subscribers, and you know, went through them, and I ran into yours, and I started watching yours, and I really enjoyed them. Right from the get-go, I just really liked you, and I think that's the case with most people that watch you. Which video I inspired? This is like true confessions. The video that hit me the most was at the time there was all this hoopla going on about you know, weeks and you know, well, anyway, that couple, the prophetess and him, and anyway, everybody was gossiping, and they were doing all kinds of videos about them, and and you got on and said, you know, that the Christians should stop doing this, and you know, just hold each other up in prayer. And I have to admit, my first initial reaction was like, well, they need to be exposed, you know, what's wrong with that, you know? But, and I really thought that, I said, they should be exposed, but at the same time, the Holy Spirit spoke to me, you know, in a still little small voice about, yeah, you know, we need to just let go and let God, you know, that's a problem God should take care of and not us. And that had a strong effect on me, and that's something I battled with constantly. I'm really a straight-laced kind of person. In fact, right from the, you know, I was only 24 years old when I got saved, and right away it was like, oh, I just knew I shouldn't do this and I shouldn't do that. And even though I was brought up a Catholic, in me there was just an innate thing that knew, you know, what wouldn't be pleasing to God. And I'm not trying to act holy or nothing, but I've always been that way. Even as a little girl, I used to scold my mom for having this boyfriend and stuff. So it's always been in me, even before I became a Christian. So it really wasn't that hard for me to, not that I didn't struggle, but it wasn't that big of a deal for me to get up with things of the world. My hardest part is just the heart things, the really important things. They've always been hard for me. And so for the year, what would you do? For the year 2010, I'm going to continue to strive to just have more love and not be non-judgmental. I'm sure there's a fine line between, well, it's not a fine line, it's just about if you tell people to tell them in love rather in a judgmental way, and make sure that it's the Holy Spirit that is inspiring you to say something to them. So that's my true confessions, and it really, even saying it now, I'm very uncomfortable. I'm wiggling around. I'm very uncomfortable confessing that, because I don't want to have any faults, just like most people don't want to admit their faults or admit, you know, admit they have faults and then confess of them. But I'm doing that before you and all your viewers, who is ever watching this. And and then what is it that I like to do and all that. And right now, bordering on sin, I am hooked on a couple of games that are on Facebook that my sister introduced me to. One's called it's not that the games are a sin. It's what's turning into a sin is how much time I'm spending watching them. And one of them is, don't tell me, I know, Cafe World and Farmville. You know, and it's sort of like, you know, you build your farm up and you buy property. Sort of like a high-tech, oh, I forgot that game, that Monopoly. It's a high-tech Monopoly, except one's in the form of a cafe and one's in the form of a farm. So, anyway, I'm so glad that you're back. I really missed you, and your messages are so encouraging and lifting up, really lift me up. I think that's all I have to say. And that was the answers to all my questions. Goodbye.